Good morning viewers, welcome to Konasema Shorthand classes. In the previous videos, we have learned about the halving principle. In halving principle, if a stroke consonant is halved, additionally T or D will come. Here, in this doubling principle, if a stroke consonant is doubled, additionally syllables like tar, dar, thar, char will come. Spelling is tr, tar, dr, dar, and char, tur, char. These syllables will come additionally. That is the difference between halving principle and doubling principle. For your information, I have already made video number 50, 51 and 52 on the chapter in Telugu version. If you want to see Telugu version, you may see those videos 50, 51 and 52. Okay. Now in the chapter there are 7 types of instructions are there. One is about stroke consonants, that is straight strokes and curves. It will be narrated how to double the straight strokes and how to double the curves and the rules thereunder. Number 2, how to double MP and imb, and also ing, the consonant ing, and also the consonant L. How to write past tenses to the double length strokes, and where doubling principle not applied, and doubling principle in phraseography. These 7 items are there. Now in this video we will cover up to imp and ing. Okay, imp and ing. Now first we will tell about curves. Why I am telling about the curves is that for doubling the curved strokes there are no restrictions, there are no rules, so we can double it easily. Now we start with curves. You see the page number 112. 5, this is 5. If this 5 is doubled, F I ter, it will become fighter. Like nigh, nigh is there, nigh. If we double it, nigh, there, neither. Next, center, sun. If we double the sun, center. Enter, n, enter. And few, this is few. If we double it, future. Like this, we can double the curved strokes. Okay. Now about straight strokes. Doubling the straight strokes. This doubling of this straight strokes, there are 4 rules are there. One is straight stroke should follow circles. Number 2, it should follow a stroke consonant. Either circles or stroke consonant, this straight stroke should follow. Number 3, it should have a final hook. Stroke consonant should have final hook. And 5th, it should have a final diphthong attached. Let us learn about this. Number 1. You see a scatter. Here this K is following a circles. Then automatically this K can be doubled for the additional sound of tar. So scatter. But in the word cater, here the stroke K, which is being doubled for tar is not following a circle, and hence this scatter shall be written in full. Now we will know about the rule to follow a stroke consonant. Here you see captor. Here, what is the stroke to be doubled? This P is to be doubled, and this P should follow a stroke consonant. This is stroke consonant, isn't it? Since this P is following the stroke consonant, we can double this P, captor. And here, picture. Here, what stroke is to be doubled? K is to be doubled. K is to be doubled. This K should follow a stroke consonant. P is the stroke consonant. So, picture we can write like this. Here, elector. What stroke is to be doubled? K is to be doubled. K is to be doubled. And this K should follow another stroke consonant. This is stroke consonant. This is stroke consonant. This L is preceding this K. That is, K is following L. So, we can double this K for elector. Now, let us know about having a final look. 10. 10 is to be written like this, and if we double this 10, we have to double this T. So, this T is having N hook here, so we can double this 10 as tender. And this is 1. 1 is to be written like this, and if this 1 to become wonder, this way is to be doubled like this. It can be doubled. Why? Because N hook is there, wonder. This is thun is to be written like this. Thunder is to be written like this because N hook is there to this straight stroke. Now about to have a final diphthong attached. Here, this is to this straight stroke, a final diphthong is attached. So, daughter, dove can be doubled for daughter. But daughter, we have to write in full because this straight stroke is not having any final diphthong attached, daughter. And tutor, here T is having final diphthong attached, and hence we can write tutor like this, but tether, there is no final diphthong attached, we have to write tether in full. Now you see the chapter, the doubling principle 112, page number 112. The general rule is telling, with the few exceptions named below, the addition of the syllable tar, dar, or thar, or char is indicated by doubling the length of the preceding stroke. 5. Fighter. 10. Tender. 9. Neither. Track. Tractor. Seek. Sector. Dove. Daughter. 1. Wonder. Grave. Grafter. Impugn. Impounder. Center. Central. Enter. Enteric. Pick. Pictures. A few. Future. Nay. Nature. Natural. This is the general rule he is telling. Now he is telling about doubling of straight stroke. Just now we completed it. Again we will reiterate it. The doubling principle must not be applied to a straight stroke unless it follows a circle. So, in other words to say, the doubling principle is applied to a straight stroke if it follows a circle. Number 1, or straight stroke, or a final hook, or an attached final diphthong. We have already discussed about it. Examples are scatter, circular K doubled scatter. But since no circle is preceding, we have to write cater for this. Cater. Captor, we can write captor, P doubled. Why? Because P is following a straight stroke. But Potter, Peter, we have to write full stroke because it is not following a straight stroke. Wonder, final hook is there. Wader, we have to write in full. Doubter, final diphthong attached. Tutor, daughter, but daughter. Here you see imp or imb and ing. Okay, these strokes, when not hooked, initially there is no hook here, or finally can be doubled for addition of r. If initially or finally, if there is no hook, this imp or imp can be doubled for r. For example, bumper, here bump is there. This imp is having no hook initially or finally. Then this imp can be doubled for bumper. This ing, when not hooked initially or finally, for addition of kar or gar. You see, ing kar, inkar. Now, to know that imper, imber is having two alternative forms. One is hooked form. This is hooked form, you see. This is hooked form. This is hooked form. And the second is double length form. The rule is that when imp or imb immediately followed an upperstroke or K, we can write the hooked form. You see here, a slumber is there. This imp is immediately following L. L is the upperstroke. So, we are writing this, we can write this umber with hooked form. Slumber. Hamper. This imp is immediately following H. H is upperstroke. So, imper, hooked form can be written. Hooked form can be written hamper. Like that, cumber. This imb is following immediately the K. So, cumber, hooked form we have to write. In remaining words, the double length form we can write. You see page number 113. Umber is writing full length. Slumber, hooked form. Tamper, double length form. Hamper, hooked form. Chamber, double length form. Cumber, hooked form. Now, ingger and ingger. Like imp and imb, this ing and ingger is also having two alternative forms. One is hooked form and another is double length form. Therefore, imp and imb, condition is there for writing hooked form. Here in this, condition is there for writing double length form. The double length form is used initially, one condition. Second condition is when following a circle S, and this double length form has to follow an upperstroke. Either it comes initially or it follows circle S or it follows an upperstroke. Then double length form of ingger can be written. In all other cases, the hooked form can be written. In all other cases, the hooked form is written. Anchor is anchor. Ingker came initially. Then doubling principle we can apply. But bunkering, we have to write hooked form. Sinker, this inker is following a circle S. But drinker, we have to write hooked form. Hunger, it is following upper stroke, hunger. But pinker, we have to write like this. Next, rancor, rancor, it is following an upper stroke and double length form can be written. But canker, we have to write hooked form. Stroke L, the stroke L standing alone or with only a final circle attached is doubled for ter only. If der sound comes, we have to write full stroke. Examples: letter, letters; altar, altars; but leader and leather. Other than ter comes, we have to write in full forms. Next, circle S and double length strokes. Circle S at the end of a double length form is read after the syllable indicated by doubling. What is the syllable? For example, in waters, ter is the syllable. After ter, read the circle S like that. Water, waters; renders, render, renders; rafters, rectors; picture, pictures, like that. Now, past tenses. When the present tense of a verb of more than one syllable is written with either a double length character or a hooked form, the past tense is written with the halving principle. You see here, ponder, ponder is there. This is more than a single syllable word. This ponder we can write doubling principle, we can apply. This is a pawn. Halving principle, pond. Doubling principle, ponder. Why? Because n is there, final look is there, and hence ponder we wrote. Now, how to write this pondered? This pondered is to be written, we have to put rd to the pond. Rd to the pond, pondered. For example, mat, matter. But past tense is to be written by writing turd, mattered. Examples: ponder, pondered; canter, cantered; winter, wintered; matter, mattered; and malinger, malingered; conquer, conquered, like that. Next, doubling principle not employed. As you know, the final vowel requires a final stroke. So as to put a final vowel, we should write stroke consonant. This is para number 47 is there. The same rule here it applies. The doubling principle is not employed when a vowel follows final ter or der, etc., because a final vowel requires a final stroke for the vowel sign, as flatter, flattery; winter, wintry; feather, feathery; anger, angry. In words like panther and arthur, where the ter is a light sound, we can write full stroke, panther. We won't apply the doubling principle here. Next, position of double length strokes. Position of double length strokes. How to write the double length stroke? All double length down strokes are written through the line. Painter. Double length down strokes we can't write above the line. So all double length down strokes are to be written through the line, irrespective of the first place of the vowel. Painter, second place vowel. First sounded vowel is second place vowel. However, we should write through the line. Like that, fetter, like that, tender. Though these are second place vowels, we should write the double length round strokes through the line. Next, double length horizontals are written either above the line or on the line according to the first vowel heard in the word. Matter, motor, enter, neither. Above the line, on the line we can write. Double length upstrokes are written above or on through the line according to the first vowel heard in the word. Loiter, we have to write above the line, render on the line, hinder through the line. Right? Next, the doubling principle in phraseography. In phrases also, this doubling principle will apply like the halving principle. You see, the doubling principle is employed in phraseography for the indication of the words there. In. If in is doubled, it becomes in there. I know there is. Take their way. I can be there. Has to be there. Upon thee. This is the doubling principle. You do one thing, you make practice of this 91, 92, 93 and 94. Now I tell grammar locks. Char above the line, charhaved above the line, chaired, on the line cheered, circles and halved above the line sent, thirhaved on the line third, sharhaved above the line short, circles parhaved on the line spirit, rarhaved above the line yard, on the line word, redoubled on the line rather, a writer. Way-doubled unhook on the line, way-doubled unhook on the line, wonderful, wonderfully. Third-doubled through the line, therefore, a skull on the line, school, skull halved on the line, schooled. Okay? You make practice of this chapter thoroughly, and I will give dictation in the next video. Until then, thank you.